Hey guys, what's going on? Dr. Corey here. Today we're talking about how to stretch your lats when you're dealing with shoulder pain. Why do most shoulder injuries in athletes linger on and on and on, even though you're doing the recommended exercise? Look, general purpose physical therapists are great if you're looking for some light treatment with a generic injury. But the thing with shoulder injuries is that they require a specific treatment approach that targets three specific areas that support the shoulder that most PTs simply haven't been trained on because they're too busy training on how to treat all other areas of the body. And what we've seen happen if you don't target these other areas, then your relief is short-lived and re-injury is very common because the whole issue wasn't being addressed. And before we dive in, guys, I want to show you this really quick. If you're ready to fix your shoulder pain, get my free shoulder pain fix guide by joining my Facebook group, NTS Shoulder Pain Relief Method. Now, back to the video. Okay, getting to our topic for today, we're going to be talking about two separate videos to stretch those lat muscles to improve your overhead mobility and reduce your pain at the same time. Okay, video number one is banded single arm lat stretch, and then the progression of that is the banded double arm lat stretch with rotation. Now, for the banded single arm lat stretch, very, very simple. You can attach it to a pull-up bar, a barbell rig, something high set point, like kind of at chin height, and then you want to go on down onto one knee, and you want to have a bench or something in front of you to hold on to. It could be something as small as a kettlebell or a foam roller. You're going to hold that with your opposite arm, grab the band with an underhand grip so the palm is facing the ceiling, and then let the arm come forward and let it kind of, that bicep come towards the ear as you hold that stretch for the prescribed time. This is super, super simple. You should feel a pull anywhere from the outer arm under the armpit down the side of the trunk where the lat muscle sits. Now, if you're thinking, how many sets, how many reps should I do for this? We typically prescribe about anywhere from 1 to 2 sets of 5 to 10 reps, holding for 10 seconds on each successive repetition. And it's important, guys. Most people will be like, should I only do this on the problematic side? So if I have right shoulder pain, should I only stretch my right lat? No, you should do it on both sides because you want to have symmetry on both sides. Even if you feel looser on the left and you have no shoulder pain, you should still do both for the same amount of repetitions and the same amount of hold times and sets. Now, if you're like, okay, I've been doing this banded single arm lat stretch for a while, it feels great, and maybe you want to increase the resistance by using a thicker band, that'll pull your arm more. And it's also important to keep in mind that you really want to get a lot of protraction when you're doing this. When you're in this position, you want your head relaxed and you want your arm doing this. I want to protract by letting my shoulder blade round forward like this, letting it wrap around the side of the body. That's going to give me a lot better of a lat stretch. But if I just still don't feel it, we're going to progress to the second exercise, which is a banded double arm lat stretch with rotation. Now, in this second exercise, what you're going to do is you're going to grab a band, wrap it around the same set point or on a barbell rig or a pull-up bar. Make sure you take a couple steps back and you're going to only hinge at your hips. So as you hinge your hips back like a deadlift movement or hip hinge, so to speak, you're going to do the same exact thing we just did on the other exercise, but now we're using two arms instead of one. Our palms are facing the ceiling, and we're going to let our biceps end up towards our ears with straight arms, and we'll let our shoulder blades protract forward towards where the band is pulling us. But now as we're holding the stretch, we want to rotate our trunk to the right. We're just going to bias and target more of the left lat, hold for 5 seconds, and then we're going to bias more of the right lat by rotating our trunk to the left, and we're going to hold for 5 seconds. And that's all you're going to do, guys, is you're going to alternate back and forth between rotating to the left and then the right, just to bias different areas of the lats. This is going to get more of those rotational fibers there as we twist our body in one direction and then the other direction. So you should feel this one a little bit more and a little bit differently than the first exercise we went over. And that's pretty much it for today. Really simple banded single arm lat stretch and then a banded double arm lat stretch with rotation. Okay? And if you're wondering why are we doing this, again, the lats get very, very tight in people with shoulder pain because we tend to not be able to overhead press or bring our arms up over our head, and your lats attach to kind of the humerus, kind of right here. So if they're very tight, right, it's going to restrict your mobility, and it's going to add up to kind of things that just make you more stiff, can add to more pain, and we want to make sure we do work on overhead mobility, and this is a good way to get us back to full pressing, okay? This is like step one. Then you have to add in some strengthening, some other things where you need a full bulletproof plan. You can't just do a lat stretch and expect to be out of pain. That's just not how the body works. And if you're a strength athlete suffering from a nagging shoulder injury, I'd love to help you by sending a free training on exactly what the 3 neglected areas of your shoulder are that need to be addressed and how you can go about targeting them. Just put a shoulder emoji below in the comments and I'll send it right over. And be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss next week's video. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.